Coming up on the show, a hatful of SEA Games medals, including 5 golds in artistic gymnastics. One of the most spectacular sports on the planet, it's the team Sepak takraw final. The new Singapore National Stadium welcomes the first day of athletics proper. And we visit the pool, day 4, concluding with 6 swimming finals.
Day 4 of the gymnastics from Bishan Sports Hall. The penultimate day of competition would feature finals in 5 different categories. First up was the men's floor exercise final, which featured 2 local athletes. The first, Ho Wah Toon, kicked things off, and he had the best of possible starts, scoring a 14.556 with his floor routine. He would have a long wait ahead, however, to see if it was enough for the gold. Next on the floor, Raylan Capelan from the Philippines. The 21-year-old wowed the crowd with a complex routine performed at a rapid pace. His coach was pleased, and so were the judges. A stunning 14.733 vaulted him ahead of Ho in the race for gold. Vietnamese pair Pham Phoc Hung and Lê Than Tung scored an impressive 14.500 and 14.33 respectively. But the rest of the field couldn't approach Capelan's score. And after a nervous wait, the Filipino wrapped up the gold after the final athlete, countryman Rafael Alblanta, could only muster a 13.400. And as we can see, it was light and day between Capelan and the rest of the field. The first ever SEA Games gold and the 10th of the Games for the Philippines. The women's vault is always a tightly contested event, and this year was no different. The early favourite was Vietnam's Phan Thi Ha Than, but she would face stiff opposition with Malaysian pair In Ye Tan and Hadi Kara Abdul. Her first jump scored a 13.766, while this, her second, 14.200 with a penalty to give a final score of 13.983. It will be more than enough, the 23-year-old running away with a gold by a strong margin of 0.5. To the men's pommel horse now, and all eyes were on the local hope, 29-year-old Gabriel Gan. On day 3, he was part of the first ever Singapore team to pick up a gymnastics medal, bronze in the team event. On day 4, he had his sights set on individual honours. Thailand's Rachawat Keopanya scored an impressive 14.66 to lead the field. With a strong performance needed for gold, let's join Gan for his attempt.
It's a good start, really well clear. And lovely movement here. This is great rhythm. Fabulous rhythm, got to keep it going. And the flares there and the change. We marked down for touching the handles. But this is a very, very good and confident finish there as well. Lovely, lovely movement. I tell you what, that's medal potential. He liked that.
An outstanding 14.533 from Gan, but it wouldn't be enough. Keopanya taking home the gold with a 14.656. But a silver would bring Singapore their second ever gymnastics medal, adding yet another to an already impressive 2015 SEA Games haul. Next up was the women's uneven bars, where Malaysia's Farah Abdul Hadi was out in search of her second gold and 4th medal of these games. In her way was compatriot In Ye Tan and a field of Southeast Asian gymnastics stars.
We're back on to the uneven symmetric bars with Tan. She's already got a medal in the vault. Picked up a silver. The 19-year-old is doing really well here, In Ye. Okay, I think she'll be happy with that.
A 12.766 from Tan would be the score to beat. Abdul responded in style, but a slip halfway through her routine cost her. She recovered, however, and managed to finish with a flourish.
Okay, the dismount coming up now. And back up, absolutely beautiful plant to finish, my goodness me.
A brave effort from Abdul to come back after the slip. Remarkably, still scoring 12.200, helping her collect bronze. Ava Verdaflor from the Philippines would collect silver, while fellow Malaysian Tan picked up the gold. The final artistic event of the day was the men's rings. It will be totally dominated by Vietnam's Dang Nam, who would blitz the field with an eye-popping score of 15.3 to beat out his fellow countryman Pham Phoc Hung by more than a point, and the rest of the competition by more than 2 points. It would also help Vietnam increase their gymnastic medals tally to 5 golds, with 9 medals overall.
The final table tennis gold medal of these SEA Games was decided in the men's team event at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. The host nation's paddlers had dominated the competition, winning all but one of the golds on offer. But they lost the opening match of this final against Vietnam. Singapore fought back to take matches 2 and 3, meaning victory for Gao Ning, already a winner here in singles and doubles, would seal the contest. He was up against Vietnam's number 1, Tran Tuan Kuong.
And as easy as you like, on his first game point, he wraps it up. A row of game points up his sleeve here. It's 11-6, and Guo takes the second game. And the change of shot there, it looked as if Tran was going to attack it from the backhand, but instead withdrew and played the forehand for the winner, and now he stands at game point. He comes over the serve and it's a winner. Tran takes the game 11-6 and keeps the chances of Vietnam alive. Guo now with serve, leading 9-7. And puts it out. So now it's 8-9. 9-8 with Guo's serve. And into the net. And this brings up match point and gold medal point. Tran to serve for Vietnam. It's out from Guo. Still gold medal point. And there it is. Guo has defeated Tran, and in doing so has won the gold medal for Singapore. Guo Ning brings Singapore the gold medal.
The fourth and final day of the diving at the OCBC Aquatic Centre, and the final hurdle in Malaysia's attempts to take home all 8 of the diving gold medals. Their star man, Oit Si Liang, was going for a remarkable 4th gold from 4 events in the 3-metre synchronised springboard final. We join the action after 5 rounds and with just 1 attempt left, and the Malaysia pairing of Si Liang and Ahmad Amsyar Azman leading the standings.
They are 20 points back in second place. Forward 2.5 somersault with twist. Not too bad, but it won't really throw in a challenge to the Malaysians. It will, however, make life very difficult for the team to follow, Indonesia. Might have completed it better, and applause there from the Singapore team. That's the bronze medal for Indonesia. Forward 3.5 somersault.
trouble for the Malaysians. 8 events in the diving, 7 have now been completed. 7 gold medals for Malaysia.
So yet another gold for Malaysia and Oi Chi Liang, which meant that they could complete the set with a women's 10-metre platform gold, the 8th and final diving event of the 2015 SEA Games. The star of their team, Pandalela Rinong, had won this event in each of the last 3 games, in addition to being the first ever Malaysian woman to win an Olympic medal, taking the bronze at London 2012.
It's a real treat to have an Olympic medalist here in the diving. Pandalela Rinong, absolute marvel.
We join the rest of the action in the final round of dives, with Pandalela Rinong heading the scoreboard.
3.2 degree of difficulty. That's more like it. Ensuring that Malaysia win every diving event here in Singapore. Pandalela completes her 5 dives. Much better entry than the others could manage. So that's good. That'll give her some handy points in her chase to hang on to that 3rd place that she had going into this. She's up to 2nd now, 251.7. Now, the silver medalist for the moment, Xiaoyi Lo, inward 3.5 somersault. The pressure doesn't seem to worry them. The Malaysian team, the better the competition, the better they seem to perform.
So another Malaysian 1-2 in the Aquatic Centre, and another clean sweep of all 8 diving gold medals, just as they managed 2 years ago in Myanmar. A fantastic achievement from the Malaysian team, who've been in a class of their own all week.
It was a bumper day of 200-metre races at Marina Channel, with 9 gold medals up for grabs as the canoeing competition drew to a close. Thailand struck first in the men's K4 final, edging out Singapore by 0.9100th of a second. Indonesia, the bronze. Indonesian fans did have something to cheer about in the second race when Spen Stubermehue won the men's C1 final ahead of Maung Maung of Myanmar and Philippines' Hermi Macaranas. Winning her 2nd gold medal of the Games, Sarah Chen rewarded the home crowd's patience with victory in the women's K1 final. That was followed by Mervyn Toe bringing it home for the hosts in the men's K1, making it a clean sweep for Singapore in those K1 200-metre events. In increasingly difficult conditions, Team Vietnam got in on the act, with Thi Pong Trong winning gold in the women's C1. Thailand would take gold in the women's K2 final ahead of Singapore and Vietnam. While Myanmar grabbed their first gold of the day in the men's C2 final. Indonesia then pipped Singapore to the finish line in the men's K2 by 0.300ths of a second. Thailand picked up the bronze. And in the final race of the day, the Thai women's K4 boat beat Singapore and Indonesia to claim the country's 3rd canoeing gold of the day.
It's been a pleasure hosting one and all here.
It was a great day for Thailand at Singapore's National Shooting Centre. Yiranant Hathai Chukiat won gold in the men's skeet, Thailand, finishing ahead of Lo Jiang Hao of Singapore and compatriot Pitipum Farsi. Hathai Chukiat and Farsi were also part of the gold-winning men's skeet team, who finished ahead of teams from Singapore and Malaysia. Thailand shooters also won gold in the men's and women's team 50-metre rifle events.
Equestrian now, and the Singapore Turf Club Riding Centre staged the second and concluding part of the individual dressage event. On the day, the top three remained unchanged, with Alvaro Menanyang and Desperado adding the bronze to the gold he earned in the Indonesian team dressage triumph. Home favourite Caroline Chu secured her second silver of the Games on board Triviani. However, the day's top honour was awarded to the outstanding Larasati Gading on board the elegant Wallenstein. Gading completed the dressage double with a grand total score of 147.853.
The first gold medals would be decided at the Kallang Tennis Centre on day 4, with the team event reaching its climax. Defending champions Indonesia were protecting their title against Thailand in the men's final, with the onus on Aditya Sasongko to get his country off to the best possible start against Kittipong Wachirammanawong in the opening rubber. But it was the Thai who started brighter, breaking twice early on to open up a 3-love lead. That was the trigger which appeared to spark Sasongko into life, the Indonesian winning the next 4 in a row. And as nerves got the better of his opponent, Sasongko broke again in game 10 to take the first set 6-4.
First set, Indonesia, 6-4.
Both players settled into more of a rhythm in the second, each holding serve, until Wachirammanawong's composure deserted him again in game 6 to give the Indonesian a 4-2 advantage. And a game later, the result looked inevitable. But a resurgent Wachirammanawong would not go down without a fight, the Thai clawing his way back to level at 5-all. Sasongko, though, would have the final say, the Indonesian breaking again in game 12 to take the match 6-4, 7-5. That meant a win for compatriot Christopher Rungkat in match 2 against Danai Udomchoke would be enough to secure gold. But again, it was the Thai who started better. Udomchoke powering his way to a 5-love lead and then holding his serve in game 6 to win the first set in emphatic fashion. Rungkat did find some form to make a game of it in the second, but at 2-all, it was Udomchoke who again made the crucial break. And the Thai maintain that advantage to see out the match 6-love, 6-4 and take the contest to the wire. The gold then would be decided by the doubles, with Rungkat immediately returning to try and make amends alongside Sunuwayu Trijati against the twin Thai pairing of Sachin and Sonchat Ratiwatana. And first blood went to the Thais as they got the decisive break before rallying to reach set point. Sachin making sure they took it at the first attempt, 6-4. And the Thais continued that form in the second, showing their mettle again early on as they more than matched their opponents to go a break up in game 3. The Indonesian pairing seemed to have no answers as the Thai twins broke again to take a 4-1 lead. Rungkat and Trijati did manage a mini revival to bring themselves within one game. But at 5-4 it was the Thais serving out for the match. Thailand then winning 6-4, 6-4 to take gold for the first time since 2007. And in the end it was a tie double, with the women also winning gold for the 5th time in a row at the expense of the Philippines.
Our first look at Sepak takraw at these games now, a sport played with the distinctive rattan ball and where mind-boggling body positions of the players are a regular occurrence. The first gold medal was up for grabs on day 4 in the men's team event with the conclusion of the round-robin group. In order to claim the title, Malaysia needed to beat host Singapore and hoped Thailand slipped up against Indonesia. So we join the action with the Malaysians, a set-up in the first match, needing just one more for victory. They led Singapore 18-14 in set 2.
Umar. Isaac can set. Zamri's head. Zamri. Isaac, the block from forehand. Tekong on Tekong at the net. That's why the humour from Azat Ahmad. That's not something you see very often. Spin serve. Kept alive by Azat. Umar. Point Singapore. Malaysia don't like the call. No point Malaysia. It has gone the other way. The Laotian match umpire has changed his mind. Yeah, Farhan has got a good point there. And the referee changed his mind. That's excellent captaincy, excellent leadership from Farhan Amran. That's added a bit of spice. Zamri, what a response! And the reaction at the net, the intimidation at the net. That's all part of takraw. Safarudin. Zamri! Some back spike. Sets up match point. High in the expo air. Umar set. Jafar is in. That's good, solid takraw. The match is won. Umar cannot control the set, and Singapore have lost this first rubber. Malaysia have taken it.
It was a similar story in match 2. We rejoin play with Malaysia closing in on victory.
Farhan sets, Maghrib. It's cold. Match point. Malaysia take the match. 21-9, 21-7.
If that win felt anticlimactic, it was because they knew Thailand had already secured gold. So the Malaysians forced to settle for silver, while the ever-impressive Thai team took the title with 3 group victories out of 3 without losing a single set.
The mixed doubles Petanque final took place at the Padang, the iconic landmark and cultural hub of Singapore. Vietnam versus Thailand, and a strategically intense rivalry ensued. The lead ebbed and flowed in the early stages, but 45 minutes into the encounter, Thailand pulled clear with a 5-point lead at 7-2 and continued their dominance. The eventual outcome, victory and the gold medal for Thailand, with Sriboonpeng Sarawat landing the winning shot.
The first medals in bowling were contested at the Orchid Country Club. 18-year-old Rafiq Ismail finished the 6 games with the best average. Malaysia winning the men's singles gold medal ahead of Thailand and Singapore. Daphne Tan added to Singapore's already impressive games gold medal count when she comfortably won the women's event. The top bowling nation in Incheon last year continued its dominance here, taking silver as well, with Malaysia picking up bronze.
4 days of track and field finals got underway at the National Stadium, and the first medals would be awarded in the men's hammer. Reigning champion Tantimpong Phetchaya of Thailand and the Philippines' Caleb Stewart headed the competition.
Stewart from the Philippines, he is capable of throwing over 67 metres. We've seen that previously from him. It's a good throw, and that's more like it from the man from the Philippines. 65.63 for Stewart, and he is confirming his favouritism now for the gold medal. Here's Phetchaya, Antipong Phetchaya. 61.58 is his best. That was attempt 3. Looking to remain in the silver medal position, and he's certainly done that. That's an improvement. 62.12, and that keeps him in the silver medal position. No worries about that. And our winner is Stewart, gold medalist from the Philippines. He has taken gold in the men's hammer throw. In the end, 65.63, a games record.
The first gold on the track came in the men's 5,000 metres. Indonesia's Agus Prayogo won this event in 2009 and 2011 and was hoping to regain his crown from reigning champion Vietnam's Nguyen Van Lai.
Agus Prayogo from Indonesia. He's not messing around at the start. He's gone straight to the lead from Nguyen in second place. What an interesting final lap we're going to have here. Let's see what reserves these two athletes have. It's been a fantastic run to this point, and as they reach the 300-metre mark, now the sprint is about to go on, and now Nguyen's going to leave the slipstream and move up to the shoulder of Prayogo. And how much has Prayogo got left? Not a lot, I'm afraid, as now Nguyen goes for home and is going to come away with 200 metres to go. His PB 14:08.68. It's going to be pretty close to that. He was happy with the speed that Prayogo was setting, and coming into the home lane, it's Nguyen from Vietnam with 80 metres to go, has left Prayogo in his wake and comes down the straight to win the men's 5,000 metres in comprehensive fashion. Nguyen Van Lai from Vietnam is the winner in a new games record of 14:04.79. Brave performance by Agus Prayogo in second place, silver medal to Indonesia. And in third place, Sanchai Namkep from Thailand. It's a bronze medal to Thailand. A games record for Van Lai Nguyen from Vietnam.
Back in the field, the women's hammer was a showdown between two Thai throwers, Minkamon Poomphon and reigning champion Panwat Gimsrang.
Wow, that's fantastic. The two ladies from Thailand are throwing out of their skin here at the moment. 55.29. The throw for Gimsrang, that puts her in front. Now the fifth attempt from Poomphon, further than 55.29. She's going to challenge the leader. Looking for a big one here. She's already thrown a personal best, and that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Has she given the leader something to think about here? But I think that's further. It is, and she's delighted. 56-57. She is our new leader. And this lady has thrown 5 metres further than she's ever thrown in her life. It's first and second for Thailand in the women's hammer throw.
Vietnam's Nguyen Van Hung set a games record when he won gold 2 years ago in the men's triple jump.
That looks promising. 15.92, his best so far. Runyu Kongnil from Thailand. And 16.2 metres for Kongnil. Hakimi Ismail, he's looking for a SEA Games record. Can he do it? Hakimi Ismail. He's given it a shake. The jump is legal. 16.76 games record. He has done it. Hakimi Ismail, games record in the men's triple jump. He hasn't just won the gold medal, he has done it in brilliant fashion.
Myanmar's Phu Wat Thet won 3 medals at the last SEA Games, including gold in the women's 5,000. She was looking to defend her crown here in Singapore.
Straight to the lead for Trainingsi and also Buriati. They are 1-2 in the first 200 metres, with Tet in third for Myanmar. And we might be down to a group of 3 now. As they run past the pole vault area. And again, Trainingsi takes on Buriati. And Tet's happy to go with her from Myanmar. This has been a magnificent performance, leading for most of the way. Comes into the straight with 100 metres to go. And now everybody sitting inside the National Stadium is focused on Trainingsi. Another gold medal at the SEA Games. This time it's the 28th SEA Games. A brilliant display. 16.18.06. It's Indonesia first, second, Myanmar third in the women's 5,000 metres.
In the men's pole vault, Thailand's Poranot Purahong cleared 5 metres 30 to claim the gold. And so to the session's finale, the blue ribboned 100 metre sprints.
So we have Lee in 2, Jamal 3, Kang from Singapore 4, Bobby Indonesia in 5, Cray from the Philippines in 6, Minapra from Thailand 7, Iswandi Indonesia 8, and Ismail Brunei in 9. Ready, and away at the first attempt. Cray began very quickly, now gets into his stride, fast out wide. Iswandi's coming at him, then came Kang towards the inside, but Cray is dominant. Cray too good in 10.24. Iswandi might have got the silver, and it's a very good decision for third. But he improves on his heat win, 10.24. He is the quickest man in Southeast Asia, Eric Sean Cray from the Philippines. So here is the result from the men's 100 final. Eric Sean Cray the winner, gold medal to the Philippines. Bobby Yasmi from Indonesia, and Iswandi has got the bronze. The start list for the women's 100 metre final, and this is going to be a fantastic race. Pereira for Singapore, the hope of the host nation in 2, Utami 3, Griffey 4, Zadatel Zulkifli in 5, Wanakit 6, Richardson 7, Nguyen 8, and Lu 9. Who will be the fastest woman in Southeast Asia? set and away. So Keithley got off to a good start. Out wider on the track, Wanakit's up there as well, and Griffey's coming through. It's anybody's race. Now starting to lift is Richardson. She's flying, Richardson! Oh, she's come at Wanakit. It's very close. Wanakit or Richardson. 11:75 is the time. It could be Wanakit from Thailand. It might just be. It's very, very close indeed. Richardson from the Philippines has lunged, and it is so very close. The winner is Kayla Richardson. It's a win for the Philippines. The final result after the women's 100 metres, Kayla Richardson has just been able to gain the gold medal over Tassaporn Wanakit. Veronica Pereira for Singapore in the bronze in a thriller, the 100 metres for women.
Peter Gilchrist bagged Singapore's first Q Sport gold medal of the Games in the men's English billiards single 500 on Sunday. On Monday, Gilchrist returned to the table in search of his second gold of the Games when he clashed with Ong Tae of Myanmar in the final of the English billiards single. The Burmese competitor barely had a sniff in the game as Gilchrist displayed high quality to take gold by 3 frames to 0, much to the pleasure of the home crowd. In the men's snooker singles gold medal match, Chuan Yong Tor, representing Malaysia, dispatched of Myanmar's Ko Tet by 4 frames to 2 and consequently took the gold medal. Day 4 of the snooker and billiards saw 2-time world champion Rubilen Amit battle for the women's 9-ball singles final against her likely heir and teenage sensation Cheskat Centeno. The teenage phenomenon made an impressive start, going 3-0 ahead. But like champions do, Amit fought back, taking the 11th frame to make it 6-5. Though it was Centeno who prevailed after making a number of sensational shots in what was her first SEA Games at the age of 15 in an all-Filipino final. The pair secured the Philippines' second gold of the sport and their first silver. The men's cushion carom final was an all-Vietnamese encounter between Tran Pi Hung and 2011 gold medalist Ma Min Cham. Ma dominated the early part of the tie as he raced into a 58-14 lead. His compatriot looking on with concern. 1.5 hours into the game and Ma moved within 10 points of victory. Up stepped Tran to break for 41, much to the bemusement of the onlooking Ma. The outsider then missed the winning shot at 90-99. Ma could only manage 2 breaks, allowing Tran to complete a memorable comeback. In the men's English doubles billiards, Myanmar took on the host nation. Singapore established a convincing 2-frame lead, only to see their hopes dashed as the Burmese pair fought back to clinch an extraordinary victory. Myanmar winning their first Q Sports gold medal.
Rain delayed the start of the action at the National Sailing Centre with 6 gold medals on offer. But when the weather cleared up, Singapore, who dominated the medals table on the water in Myanmar 2 years ago, again proved their strength in depth. Colin Cheng's gold medal in the men's laser radial set the tone. His victory ahead of Kirati Bualong of Thailand, who took silver for the 2nd games in a row, and bronze medalist Kai Rulnizam Mon Afendi of Malaysia, was the first of 5 gold medals for the host nation. Chan Jinghua did her bit for Singapore too, winning the women's laser radial. A home double was served up in the fleet racing keelboat events. Stanley Chan, Anthony Keong and Colin NG picked up the gold for the men, ahead of Thailand and the Philippines, with Javina Chu, Lam Pei Yi and Dawn Liu responding in kind to win the women's. Malaysia and Thailand placing 2nd and 3rd. With Bernie Chin winning the men's laser radial for under-19s, Singapore were on for a clean sweep of the golds. But Latif Mohammed of Malaysia topped the podium in the women's under-19s. Thailand took the silver, bronze this time for Singapore.
In Group A of the men's football, anything but a win for Indonesia against Philippines would be a damaging blow in qualifying for the semi-finals. A win and they'd overtake Singapore in second with a superior goal difference. But then they'll meet the host nation in a final deciding game. The Philippines, with 3 defeats, they were playing for pride.
Igalo, lovely ball threaded through, and there's a real opportunity and a chance here for the first! Ivan Dimas! He's the man! It's a lovely turn. And a great ball back, Dimas! Ivan Dimas makes it 2 within the space of 13 minutes. Romaya, just wide. Nice effort from the 22-year-old. Tangang. Time and space. Zulfiandi. Well, you wouldn't believe if I told you that Ivan Dimas was in there yet again. He just couldn't get that loose ball. Muchlis, the overlap coming from Lester Luhu. He has time and space. Inside. That should have been 3. Wonderful play from Indonesia. The build-up was absolutely spot on. Sanda finds Amaleda. In turn, finds Valmaya, who should have scored. Daniel Gadia with a lovely through ball, onside when it was played. A lovely little nutmegs on Clarino. Vava finds the man, Ivan, who puts in Muchlis. Cleared off the line from Clarino. Into the near post, pushed away, not far enough. The rebound over the top though from Zulfiandi. He knows he should have scored. Space, Doriman. Oh, that would have been a strike. That would have been worthy to win any game.
So a comfortable 2-0 win for Indonesia means they'll head into their final group game with Singapore, needing only a point to qualify into this weekend's semi-final. For Philippines, it's 4 games, 4 defeats.
Day 4 of the swimming would see 6 finals, and for the local fans, hometown hero Joseph Schooling would be in action again. With 5 gold medals under his belt already, the meet has fast become the Schooling show. The first final of the evening was the women's 200 metres butterfly, and Thailand's Sutasini Pankyu would go in as the top qualifier, and she would be in the hunt for her first medal of the meet. In her way, Vietnam's Nguyen Thi An Vien, who has dominated the women's events thus far with 6 medals, including 4 gold. And her SEA Games domination continued, a new SEA Games record and a 5th gold as she blitzed the field by more than 3 seconds. And then it was time to go to Schooling in the men's 100 metres fly. The home fans packed in to see Joseph in the hunt for yet another gold. His closest competition would come from Triadi Sadiq in lane 5, the Indonesian just 0.17 seconds off the pace in the heats. Let's take a look at how the race unfolded.
The start is good. Schooling the last to come up to the surface, and he has the lead. Sadiq is on his left, but already Schooling has a good half body length advantage. Glenn Sutanto out in lane 1 makes a good start as well, but when we go high as they come to the wall, we'll see that it is definitely Schooling. 23.93, that's fast, that's very fast. The world record split is 23.36, so he's not a great deal away from something approaching the 50 seconds if he can hang on to it. Look at these swimmers, 3 of them are under the old games record time. Schooling just starting to ease a little bit now as he comes to the wall and touches. It is a games record, 52.13. He does it yet again, 52.13. and that would be in the top 20 times in the world this year.
So it was schooling again, another gold, his fifth, and another SEA Games record ahead of Indonesian pair Glenn Sutanto and Triadi Siddiq. Next up was the women's 100 metres backstroke. The top qualifier was Roxanne Yu from the Philippines, but to win gold she would need to overcome hometown hero Lee Tao. The legend of the pool, Tao was out looking for her third gold of the games and 16th of her career. Lane 7, however, can be a tricky assignment. Let's see how she got on.
Power off the wall. Rati of Indonesia as well, up alongside of her. Over on the far side, these low shots can be deceiving, but it looks like Parita of Thailand has started well, but none have started better than Tao Lee. Is she going to get yet another title? It looks like it. Oh, what a start. First 50, she carves it out in 30.13. Looking for another games record. And 6 titles in a row. A body length clear of the rest. Tao Lee simply supreme. Just losing it a bit towards the end, but she's so far in front. It's the winning that matters, and she will win easily. 6 titles in a row in the 100 backstroke for this remarkable swimmer, Tao Lee of Singapore.
So a 16th SEA Games gold in front of her hometown fans. A victory of almost 2 seconds made all the sweeter given the lane 7 start. For Tao, it was another SEA Games victory, and the legend continues to grow. Onto the men's 400 metres individual medley with a red-hot Kwa Zheng Wen, who was looking for his 4th gold of the Games. In his way was the fastest qualifier, Vietnam's Tran Doi Khoi, desperate for his first gold. We pick up the action with Kwa leading, heading into the last turn.
Singapore might get the silver and bronze as well, or silver or bronze as well. As you see, Pang Shengjun closing up on Tran, who looks to his right or left and sees him and knows the threat is there, and the crowd senses that it could be a Singapore 1-2. Chengwen leads still. Tran is being beaten off by Pang Shengjun, and it will be Singapore 1 and 2.
It was all Kwa, the 18-year-old taking an early lead and never looking back. He would finish a second and a half ahead of compatriot Pang Shengjun, with Tran picking up the bronze. Kwa would collect his 4th gold of the Games and 7th medal overall. To the women's 200 metres freestyle now, and Vietnam's Nguyen Thi An Vien was back in action and on the hunt for yet more silverware. In her way, in lanes 4 and 5, with the 2 fastest heat times, Jasmine Alcalde from the Philippines and Thailand's Natanan Junkrajang. But for Nguyen, a lane 2 start was never an issue. She hit the front with a lap to go and never looked back. It was her 6th gold medal and a new 200 metres freestyle games record. Junkrajang picked up the silver, while Alcalde took home the bronze. The final event of the evening was the men's 4x100 metres relay, where Schooling and Team Singapore were on the hunt for another gold. In their way, Cambodia, Thailand, Indonesia and Malaysia. We join the action with Singapore leading, heading into the last leg.
It's still close for 2nd and 3rd, but no race at the moment. Singapore in control, 3.63 seconds. And Clement Lim is doing it well. Kwa Zhengwen is ready to go. He's had a big night already. He'll be on the blocks. He'll be crouched ready. He knows this is a quick time and he wants to finish it off well, and he's off. Deep dive and up he surfaces, and he looks to be treading water. He's going He's making big impact here. Wow. Look at the kick. He's driving, he's throwing everything at this. Into the wall. Bang, big splash on the turn and off the wall he goes. What's the advantage now? It's massive. It's 5.5 seconds. And Singapore, well, we see the games record line soon to let you know that they are inside that time. There they are. Another games record, another gold medal for Singapore. What a great finish to this night. 3:19, 2 seconds plus off the old record.
It's turning into an incredible 28th SEA Games for host nation Singapore. The country's 50th birthday party is in full swing, and not only is the Lion City top of the medal table, it already has a record gold haul. That after just 4 days of competition. Thailand enjoyed their day and leapfrogged Vietnam into second place. Finally today, the National Stadium was reminded of the fine margins between winning and losing, the agony, the ecstasy.